I would have to say that my favorite moment in Ohio Sports Zone was the first show that I got to direct. I was really nervous at first because, you know, it's all on my shoulders, but the crew was really ready to go. It was really heartwarming for me to see that everybody, you know, really bought into it.
One of my favorite things about Drew is how he's just a natural-born leader. There's sometimes that he gets a little angry at people, but he means well, and he's a great guy overall.
One of my favorite memories of Drew was when we had a toga party at my friend Mariah's house, and we all went over to Drew's and Brent's beforehand and got our togas dressed up. Drew went around and dressed everybody up because no one else knew how to figure it out. So everyone else's togas were falling, and Drew had to go help everybody out and fix them all, and we all looked amazing.
Him being from Kentucky, I always give him stuff about being a Wildcat fan, even though we're here at Ohio, but he's a great guy.
I mean, every time I hang out with Drew, we always have so much fun together, so I can't really choose just one, but probably Blue Moons is going to be one of the things I miss most about next year when I'm by myself.
Drew, he's always really animated and excited, and he's been a great leader, and he loves what he does.
He was just so focused and so organized. John was trying to talk and we were talking. He'd always make sure that we all listened to John so we can get our constructive criticism. And the show got better because of him, I'd say, easily.
My favorite thing about Drew is definitely the humor that he brings to the show, whether it's in a meeting or at the show or after the show.
The main thing he did with me was, like, when I made my first wrestling package, he just came up to me and was like, "Nolan, that was one of the best packages all year." And just to hear that from him as a senior to me as a freshman, it just felt awesome.
It's a nice place to come and meet other people who want to do the same thing that I do. Once you find that one group, then it's nice. It's like your own little family.
Alexis is really good on cameras. It's not really spoken of because it's just you're a cameraman or camerawoman. But whenever Drew tells her to get an ISO on one person and then get an ISO on someone else when she speaks, Drew never has to tell her again.
She was behind the scenes mostly, but she did an awesome job doing it, so I'll miss her work ethic and what she brought to the show.
Every time she's in the studio, she's always bubbly, has a great personality, and makes me feel comfortable when I'm on air.
She was always a really dedicated part of Sports Zone. She was really good at, you know, showing up every week and putting in some hard work for us.
Alexis hasn't really been a part of the show for that long, and she hasn't gone on air that much, but she's always been willing to help out, and that's something that's really undervalued.
I just started to get to know Alexis. We had a few conversations after shows. She's really sweet, friendly, and nice, and I like that about her.
My favorite moment with Ohio Sports Zone was the first show that I did that I really walked away thinking, wow, like this is what I meant to do.
Megan is just always professional when she shows up to anchor, and even when she's not anchoring, she's always there, ready to be put to work.
One thing I'll miss about Megan Laird is going on and anchoring with her. I mean, it was always fun to anchor with her on Sports Zone, and like I said, we always had good laughs when we did it.
The personality was awesome. I always love how she's always making fun of how we're all dressed.
We got really close this year, and we both share a love for Audrey Hepburn and coffee and wine. Definitely one of the best friends I've made at ABW.
She's never underprepared. If anything, she's overprepared, and that's something that's great because she's always very thorough with her research. And then in addition to that, Megan also does a great job at just bringing up team morale.
She was trying to wrap up the show, and I kept talking, I cut her off, and I felt really bad. She just smiled. I'll miss that.
She did put her heart into this show. You can tell that she was always very focused. She wanted to make sure she could do the best job she could possibly do. Even though we had our ups and downs, you know, you still got to respect the work she put in, and love you, Meg.